Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Gets past one man. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
Now Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Packers.
Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those first downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive. Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They'll try again. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal They've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10.
They go play action. Daniels throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down, Washington.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
To throw is Daniels.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A pickup of 10, but it brings up 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
On their own side of the field, close to the 50, but their own side of the field, they only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man on man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there we saw it. At the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a first down. Give them credit for that one. Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
2nd down and 8. Daniels looking to throw.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So nothing doing there. And now third down and 6 to go.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, and they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
Now Daniels.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly senses run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Play action this time with Love.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing. Love.
Looking deep here for Dobbs.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over him.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On fourth down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during this series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
These two teams all tied after 1. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Going on the ground with Jacobs. Down the left sideline. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Matthew Golden, 33 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Looking to put a drive together.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And that'll be incomplete.
Intended for Jalen Lane. Incomplete. The coverage by Javon Bull.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
To the air goes Daniels.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
18 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Daniels. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
And the Washington 1st down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs. Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
Eckler now between the tackles.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
First down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Austin Eckler.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packers ready to take over offensively.
There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
To throw now. Here's Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Play fake. Here's Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's taken in by Golden. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39.
Yards on the play.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Green Bay Packer. First and 10 at the 39-yard
From Commander's
line.
territory now, it's first and 10
at the 39-yard line. Going back to Love. Pass caught. That's Golden. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Love. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Packers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Matthew Golden with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers have moved out in front.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
In motion right, Debo. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
At the 30-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a couple of inches.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Pass to Brown, he's got it on the crossing route.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's 2nd and 7.
In motion left comes Brown. Here's a 2nd and 7. On the screen, this is Eckler. Shifts free at the 15.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Jaden Daniels.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and running back Austin Eckler set to take over once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said report.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
14 yards. That's good for a Green Bay Packer.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Now a carry for Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And in the second half of a tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Love.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Washington offense going back to work.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
To throw is Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
That's Samuel, caught left side. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Brings up second down at the Packers' 33-yard line.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
3 on the play.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. And McLaurin, the motion man right.
Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still second down.
Daniels looking to throw.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
First down, Washington.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll try to run the option here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Love now. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Throwing. Love. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
In motion, the tight end. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Being chased out left.
And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Green Bay Packer.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
The focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. They said they gained a first down, and they've been running it well all game long.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me? Seriously?
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by McManus is good. Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in the second half as we are about to get underway. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense headed back out. Captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And it's 3rd down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Daniels. And he is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
I don't don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
It's a gain of 10. And the Washington first down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Down to about the 32. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On the bootleg, it's Daniels.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Micah Parsons. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Play fake. Here's Love. That'll be caught right side by Reed. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Love looking to throw it. Pass caught. That's Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
To throw now. Here's Love. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Love from the gun. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. A pause now as they tend to an injured player. And it's the quarterback, Jordan Love. He's shaken up out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And you get a look at the numbers. They don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offset.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throwing now is Daniels. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only able to gain a couple
couple there, and it'll be second down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. They go play action. Daniels throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Running on first down, Eckler. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line.
And the Washington first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They'll try the right side with Eckler. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And wasn't that supposed to be a sweep?
They didn't even get to the outer third of the field. That got blown up quickly.
Normally, when you're calling a play, you're talking about that tackle made, as you said, to the outer part of the field. Ran that one down in a hurry. That's great diagnosis by the defense.
To throw is Daniels.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And the Commanders' first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
69 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because Him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you said, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Commanders have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done, because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's Love and the Packers.
Down by 15. 1:54 on the clock. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well.
Love looking to throw it. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now Love.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Now 2nd and 4. Love. Slant around, he's got Dobbs.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Here's Love.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
It's a loss of 8.
Deron Payne gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage. And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout.
It's a gain of 21
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Glove. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.